body of the Grand Vitara is mounted on a powerful spar frame and is able to withstand increased loads. Corrosion is not typical for a car, especially since its lower parts are protected by wide plastic pads. However, the frame in the area of U200B/U200B engine compartment may be covered with rust. Even the base versions of the Grand Vitara are well equipped. They are equipped with central locking, electric windows, electric heated mirrors, power steering, air conditioning, and versions released after 2003. Climate control and ABS. Salon. High landing contributes to excellent visibility. A feature of the Grand Vitara is the proximity of the seats to the doors, and if they are closed, then it is difficult to make the necessary adjustments. And the steering column height adjustment is done correctly. After unlocking the mechanism, the spring-loaded column rises to its highest position. However, there are inconveniences. In the three-door versions there is no mechanical memory of the angle of inclination of the front seat backs, which is why after they are reclined the required angle must be set again. The wheelbase of this modification is shorter than the 5-door by 280 mm, therefore, inside it is much smaller, which is especially felt in the back seat and when loading the trunk. When buying a car of the first years of production, it is worth checking whether the tailgate closes well. The departure of the door is large and a full-size reserve is fixed on it. Therefore, door hinges are subject to increased wear. Engine. Only gasoline versions of the Grand Vitara were officially imported, and among the cars that came to us by the Grey Way and through the efforts of the ferrymen, it is problematic to find a diesel version. More often, the Japanese has a 2.0-liter 4 or a 2.5-liter 6 under the hood. 1.6-liter 4-cylinder engines, as a rule, were installed on three-door modifications. By the way, the 1.6-liter engine was borrowed from the predecessor Vitara. This unit has proven itself to be durable and hassle-free. But every 60,000 kilometers it is necessary to adjust the thermal clearances of the valves in it, and every 90,000 kilometers to change the timing belt along with the tension roller. But the engines with a volume of 2.0 and 2.5 liters have a gas distribution mechanism with a chain drive, and there is no need to adjust the thermal clearances. They use hydraulic compensators. However, the presence of a chain drive does not ensure trouble-free operation. According to the motorists of the branded service station, after a run of 150,000 kilometers in 2.0-liter units, sometimes it was necessary to change the hydraulic tensioners and the chain. The reason is an untimely oil change in the engine or the use of poor-quality lubricant, which disables the hydraulic tensioner and contributes to chain stretching. In addition, there are leaks of coolant from under the water pump housing, which consists of two parts. The gasket loses its tightness. A 2.5-liter V6 is much more expensive to run than a 2.0-liter in Game 1. And it's not just about higher fuel consumption. In the urban cycle with a manual gearbox, about 14 liters per 100 kilometers versus 12 liters. Hit the pocket and the high cost of engine maintenance. There are as many as 3 chains in the gas distribution mechanism drive with the same number of hydraulic tensioners. After a run of 100,000 kilometers, it is often necessary to change this part and the longest timing chain, connecting the crankshaft to the camshafts. Sometimes it is necessary to replace the other 2 hydraulic tensioners and chains. In addition, it is advisable not to operate a 2.5-liter engine with a large amount of oil under the upper mark. Cases of loss of tightness of the crankshaft rear oil seal have been noted. Transmission. To combat off-road conditions, the Grand Vitara has 4-wheel drive and a low range of gears, which is activated by the transfer lever. According to the owners and specialists of the service station, the Japanese has good cross-country ability. There is no center differential in the transmission, so it is recommended to use all-wheel drive only on snowy dirt roads and off-road. Otherwise, the transmission may fail prematurely. Yes, tires wear out faster. The car was equipped with 4-speed automatic and 5-speed mechanics. Automatic transmissions have proved to be more reliable. Usually there are no problems with them, as, indeed, with the Rizdaka. But the mechanics had to be repaired. The gearbox bearings fail. Every 40,000 kilometers, it is necessary to change the oil in the transfer case, front and rear gearboxes and manual gearboxes. Suspension. The simplicity of the Grand Vitara suspension design provides it with an enviable survivability. In front, A-arms with space springs and shock absorbers and an anti-roll bar are used, and at the rear, a continuous axle with springs. According to service workers, the front suspension can go up to 100,000 kilometers, and the rear one is practically indestructible. True, the cost of servicing the front suspension rises because the ball bearings change along with the lever. The chassis is quite rigid, and when driving over bumps, there is a slight longitudinal buildup. Steering. Rack and pinion steering, equipped with a hydraulic booster, during operation, as a rule, does not cause trouble, and even the tie rod ends need to be replaced no earlier than after 100,000 kilometers. Suzuki Grand Vitara is a real SUV, only small. It can be recommended to those motorists for which the capabilities of the SUV are not enough, and there are a lot of full-size SUVs.